Shalom. First, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakodash. And the Spirit jumped on me. I was watching a video here just a second ago about how people in West Virginia, having a hard time paying their utility bills. They getting utility bills prices like $1,200 a month. And it's saying the utilities is higher than the mortgage. And it's all because of inflation, man. The money, the US dollar is becoming worthless. And then you have the CEOs of these Edomite companies who run the utilities. They're price gouging, greed, and they're running all over the American people, man. And that's what's going on because Esau Edom, know that he's at an end. So he's trying to get it all before he knows that America goes kaput. Babylon goes down the drain, as in the economy crashes, all of the above. So we're going to see people unable to, pay for groceries, which we're seeing that now. Can't afford to eat, can't afford utilities, can't afford the mortgage. But the man of the Lord, the elect, the chosen, don't have to worry about any of this, man. All our needs and wants are going to be taken care of, man. All we got to do is sit back and watch everybody else implode around us. And you and your family is going to be taken care of, man. You can go to Jeremiah 20:23. So like your 23:23, Jeremiah 23:23. And it asks, roughly paraphrasing, the Most High saying, is he a power afar off? And the answer is no. He's on demand. He's right there, man, when you need him. And he's not going to be, his arms are not short to where he can't save and deliver you out of what's going on, man. Or you need to eat or you need water. The Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, arms are not short, man. He has plenty of power to help you, man. And myself. But we're going to see as this economy sinks and sinks and sinks, the shortages come from gasoline shortages, diesel shortages, farmers not able to plant. And they saying October is when we really going to start seeing the empty shelves and things of that sort. You're going to know that what the man of the Lord has been saying about how the empty houses, how the storehouses will be empty, Salakia. And you're going to see this famine get out of control where people are just dying of hunger and thirst. When the trucks go out, stop running, the lights go out, martial law, Jacob's trouble. You're going to see our people too, the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, the 2/3, you're going to see them get slated for death, man. And all the people you work with, the Jakes, the Edomites, the other nations that work with you, you're going to see them, or you're going to know that they're starving to death, man. You're gonna know that your people are starving to death, dying of hunger, dying of thirst, man. All because, they didn't want to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. They're going to resort to cannibalism, So you're going to know that Jake is out there, is, being a cannibal, dying of hunger. And, hey, all this is reserved for the wicked, man. So that's why knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. You supposed to be persuaded when you hear me talking like this, man. Telling you what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to do to you if you don't serve him. You know, he's going to have you starved to death, killed in the streets, or killed wherever, killed in your house, whatever, it don't matter. He's going to put you to death, man. You're not going to make it out of Babylon alive, not being an elect. You know, let's get that clear right now. There's no backdoor way to get into the chariots, man. There's no cheat code, nothing like that. The only way you can get delivered is to deal with Yahweh Shah, his son, man. And, you know, and the Father must call you first in order to deal with his son. So you better get on your knees and get to praying, Jake, and dealing with the Most High. You know? You better be begging that he has mercy on you. You know? And that he will, you know, send you to his son, Yahweh Shah. You know, in order to get a chance of being delivered and getting the hell out of here, man. And make it through the said perils, the famine, and the plagues, and the pestilence, and all that. You know, but we're going to get a quick precept. This is Revelation 6:6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou not hurt the oil and the wine. So yeah, a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny is what you're gonna need to pay for a loaf of bread due to hyperinflation. You're gonna have to take a day's wages just to buy some bread, to buy something to eat. That's how rampant and how out of control this hyperinflation is gonna become, man. All because Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is not fiscally responsible, man. He is not responsible with money. You know, his society runs on a credit and debt economy. And you know, and when you got a scumbag in charge, you know, when you got a scumbag in charge of things, you can only expect more scumbaggery, man. Tricks with the money, things like fractional reserve lending, you know, credit swaps. So when you got a low life in charge of the money, you can't expect, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't expect wealth or great times, man. Only thing you can expect is doom and gloom, economic crashes, recessions, and depressions when you got a wicked ass piece of shit like Esau Edom, so-called white man ruling. And it says, see thou not hurt the oil and the wine, which is the truth. You know? But you're gonna see some family members, you know, outside extended family. You're gonna be noticing that they're gonna be starving. They're gonna become homeless. And hell, they're gonna become cannibals, man. And if they're not part of the elect, you could believe they're gonna die here in America and Babylon, man. So this ain't the time to be fucking off and worrying about, you know, getting you a business and shit, man. This is the time to start getting closer to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, before it's too late. Because all the windows in the stores are becoming darkened, man. Like in Ecclesiastes 3. Excuse me, like in Ecclesiastes 12. The economy is shutting down, man. It's winding down. And it's about to go to a new phase, a digital phase. You know, where you're going to be a digital slave. You know, and you're going to be implanted with the MOTB, man, the microchip. And we're going head first into this thing. If you can't see it, man, hey, then you got to ask for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to give you the eye salve before it's too late. Hey, before I get out of here, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakwadash, Shalom.